So yesterday, wow, yesterday was quite an experience. I'm at LAX. It is, God, I don't know, was it 9 o'clock in the evening? And suddenly, and I'm about to pick up two passengers, husband, wife, that I know very well. And all these people start running towards the cars and panic and screaming, and children and people running over each other. And I look to my right and just police cars, the SWAT team, people with machine guns running in that direction, urging people to get back and run in that direction. Like, what the F is going on? I'm not moving. There's this like state of panic all around the airport. Well, apparently there was a shooter in Terminal 8. My passengers were in Terminal 7. And my passengers escaped out a back door, set off the alarm, and were somewhere on a parking lot and just started running, and then they hid behind a pillar. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like this. This was very bizarre. Now my phone is going off. Come and get us. Come and get us. This happened. I said, yes. Calm down. I know what's going on. There's a shooter at the airport. Where are you? Okay. Now, knowing the grid, I figured out where they were. But they said, you know, they were hiding behind some pillars. So they like get a little bit creative. Nothing was moving. So I said, I'm going to try and get to you. Let's remain on the phone so you know I can update you, or if I do get off the phone, check in with me. I'll text back and forth. So I got the rundown by the police cars right next to me. They told me what happened. They told me which exits were shutting down, and then they diverted all the traffic one car by one car. It went very slowly out on a completely different route. I then figured out how to get back to the airport in a roundabout way, because I knew where my passengers were located, and I kept on talking to them, reassuring them that I'm not leaving them alone, but I'm coming to get them. Now, by the way, any taxi driver, any Uber, any Lyft car, people jumped in it and left. There was no additional ride service, no additional taxi to help people in distress. So a high level of anxiety, and these people couldn't get cars. So would I have been okay if those two people, my passengers, could jump into another taxi, yellow cab? Absolutely. I want them to feel safe. I would have been totally fine forfeiting that trip. It's not about that trip. It's about the relationship I have with the people, and I show them I'm caring and I'm going to come and back and get them. And that's what I did. It was a back and forth text messages. I got them in the car. I could show them from far off where I said, I'm flashing my lights and I've got my hazard ons. Can you see me? Yes, they could see me from several streets away. They could say, yes, we can see you. So I'm coming your way. I reassured them. I got them in the car. They were hiding under a bridge by a pillar. Got them in the car and took a whole different way out of LA, down to the 105, over the 405, and then all the way out past Thousand Oaks. Dropped them off. Got a great tip, got a hug from both of them, and you know, they're special people. They've booked me several times. But I guess the moral of the story is you never know what type of situation you will be in. And let me tell you something, this is not what happens on a typical day with Uber. This could happen to you anyway. You could have been on a flight from Hawaii to the airport and you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Haven't you ever been in that situation? So this is not a fear video. This is not a video to scare the shit out of you that you should never drive Uber. No, these are just realistic things that can happen in Paris, as you know, in Orlando, in New York, LA, in Germany and Frankfurt, anyway. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. But I'm sharing the experience with you because I was committed to passengers at that moment, and I think I handled it the very, very best way possible, so that there was this level of understanding and security and help that the people were looking for. So not just to bail and take off, but to find a very healthy way of getting those characters out. And you know what? I was rewarded accordingly. I'm not going to say how. So learn from those experiences. God forbid you're ever in one. I don't hope this happens next week. I don't want to have another experience like this. And it just causes too much stress and anxiety. And but you know, we're in this business. I do think that there's a super high degree of safety with Uber. You know who's getting in your car, all those details on the credit card. These are not just cash people jumping in your car with a gun. No, their names, their records are on file, and the chances of something happening, you very, very seldom hear it, that something crazy has happened with Uber. Yes, there was a Taco Bell management dude in Orange County that went ape shit on his taxi driver. Okay, those scenarios have happened all around the world. Yes, there was a doctor once who was a bit intoxicated who went off on a taxi driver. Can happen. I don't know of any Uber drivers that were directly shot or killed. I do know a story of a crazy Uber driver that actually went around on a killing spree. You know, you remember that story. But if we add up these incidences, it is nothing. It is a tiny statistic of what happens on a daily, monthly, yearly basis in any given city. Okay, and I can assure you, Uber is a very, very safe and reliable job with a lot of flexibility. So you have my link underneath the video. Join up and I will gladly teach you all the ins and outs. And may you never be in the wrong time and the wrong place at the same time. Thank you.